This discovery changes everything. What if I told you the largest sea creature ever discovered wasn't found in the ocean, but buried in the middle of a desert? Scientists in Peru have uncovered the fossilized remains of Perucetus, an ancient whale so massive it could dethrone the blue whale as the heaviest creature in history. How did this ocean giant end up in a desert? And what secrets does it hold about Earth's prehistoric oceans? Dive into this jaw-dropping story of a whale that's rewriting the record books. Scientists have made an earth-shattering discovery in Peru's Eco Valley that's rewriting the history books. For years, the blue whale has held the undisputed title of Earth's largest animal, with its impressive statistics of over 100 feet in length and a weight exceeding 200 tons. But this new discovery, named Perucetus, might be about to shake up the record books. While slightly shorter than the blue whale, this ancient behemoth potentially tipped the scales at somewhere between 93 and 370 tons. If the higher end of these estimates proves accurate, we're looking at the most massive animal that has ever lived. What made this creature so incredibly heavy? The answer lies in its bones. Unlike most whale species we know today, Perucetus possessed extremely dense, thick bones, similar to what we see in modern-day manatees and some early whales. These dense bones served a crucial purpose in marine mammals, acting as natural ballast to help them stay submerged without expending excessive energy. But this presents a fascinating paradox. While dense bones help these marine mammals stay underwater, too much weight would have been problematic. These ancient whales needed to maintain a delicate balance between their heavy bones and lighter tissues like muscles and fat. This equilibrium was essential for efficient movement through the water, allowing them to surface for air without exhausting themselves. The discovery process itself was a proof to scientific patience and dedication. Experts first uncovered these fossils about 13 years ago, but it took a decade of meticulous work to free the whale's remains from their rocky tomb. The discovery of Perucetus has revolutionized our understanding of whale evolution. This ancient creature was found to be related to Basilosaurus, a prehistoric whale known for its distinctive features: a long snout filled with sharp teeth and a body that resembled an eel's. This relationship tells us a lot about Perucetus's place in the evolutionary timeline. Previously, scientists thought whales only grew to massive sizes about 5 million years ago, when they evolved to become filter feeders, consuming tiny marine organisms. However, Perucetus existed roughly 40 million years ago, proving that gigantic whales roamed the oceans much earlier than we thought. One puzzling aspect about Perucetus is its feeding habits. Given its enormous size, it would have needed substantial amounts of food to survive. Scientists believe it was likely a slow-moving creature that fed in shallow waters, primarily hunting for creatures like crustaceans and clams that lived on the seafloor. This theory makes sense given its probable limited speed and the need to sustain its massive body weight, suggesting it was a bottom feeder rather than an active predator of large prey. Some researchers even suggest it might have been a scavenger, feeding opportunistically on whatever food sources it encountered. But how did a marine giant end up in what's now a desert? The answer lies in Earth's dynamic geological history. Many of today's deserts were once underwater, and the Sahara Desert provides a perfect example of this transformation. Between 50 and 100 million years ago, what we now know as the Sahara was actually a shallow sea called the Trans-Saharan Seaway. This ancient seaway wasn't just any body of water. It was a vibrant marine ecosystem that would have looked more like modern-day Puerto Rico, complete with mangrove forests and seafloors teeming with mollusks. The water was approximately 164 feet deep, creating perfect conditions for a diverse array of marine life. Today, the legacy of this underwater world lives on in the countless fossils preserved in the desert's marine sediments. What's particularly fascinating about these ancient marine environments is that they seem to favor the evolution of supersized creatures. This phenomenon, known as island gigantism, typically occurs when animals live on isolated islands with abundant resources and fewer predators. Scientists believe similar conditions in the Trans-Saharan Seaway might have encouraged the evolution of oversized marine species. The Ancient Seaway was home to an impressive array of giant creatures, including enormous sea snakes, massive catfish, and prehistoric fish species that no longer exist today. Some of these ancient fish possessed incredibly powerful jaws, capable of crushing shells. while others developed specialized feeding adaptations similar to modern piranhas. The competition for survival in these waters was fierce, with various predators including sharks, crocodiles, and even ancient relatives of modern elephants all vying for dominance. The Sahara's transformation from sea to desert wasn't a sudden change, but rather a gradual process that occurred over millions of years. As recently as 6,000 years ago, the Sahara was still a relatively green and lush environment, a fact preserved in ancient rock art that depicts crocodiles rather than the camels and scorpions we associate with the region today. This brings us to an even more mind-bending revelation about Earth's history. Around 3 billion years ago, our planet might have been almost entirely covered in water, with only scattered islands breaking the surface of a global ocean. Scientists have found evidence for this in ancient rocks from Western Australia, specifically in the ratio of oxygen isotopes preserved in rocks formed near ancient hydrothermal vents. The research focused on two types of oxygen, O16 and O18. O18, being heavier, is less likely to evaporate from water. The high proportion of O18 found in these ancient rocks suggests that Earth had significantly less dry land than it does today, pointing to a time when our planet was primarily an ocean world. Australia itself serves as another example of how dramatically Earth's environments can change over time. Once covered in lush rainforests and home to diverse megafauna, much of the continent has transformed into arid desert, with rainforests now restricted to its coastal regions. This transformation is part of a broader process known as desertification, where fertile land gradually becomes desert. Desertification is a growing concern in our modern world, accelerated by human activities such as mining, agriculture, and urban development. When land becomes desert, it loses its ability to support life, affecting both human communities and wildlife. Food production becomes impossible, water sources disappear, and animals lose their habitats. However, there's hope. Many countries have joined forces to combat desertification through sustainable land management practices, working with farmers to protect soil health, restore damaged ecosystems, and improve water management. These efforts are crucial for maintaining Earth's biodiversity and ensuring a sustainable future for all life on our planet. The discovery of Perucetus in Peru's desert is more than just an exciting paleontological find. It's a window into Earth's dynamic past and a reminder of how our planet continues to change. From ancient ocean worlds to modern deserts, from the reign of giant marine predators to our current efforts to preserve Earth's ecosystems, this remarkable fossil discovery helps us understand both where we've come from and where we might be heading. As we continue to unearth new evidence of Earth's past, each discovery adds another piece to the puzzle of our planet's history. The story of Perucetus, the desert whale, reminds us that the most extraordinary discoveries can be found in the most unexpected places, and that our planet's past holds countless more secrets waiting to be revealed.